going to disappear down to the bottom. Tim's going to reform up towards the top edge.
There's your table camera with this on it. Okay, I'll be back shortly.
Yellow.
No, it's not working, is it?
5 forwards.
Here we go. We've got some lists now.
Yeah, excellent. Now we got the lists.
Right.
Okay, so
Got Duke on Rick, which I love. I think it's a good move.
yeah, it's
Get
excellent.
those 3 evades.
It's expensive.
It's not cheap. But with the free evade, there was a discussion taking place yesterday regarding the value of a single Duke
Yep.
over the multiple instances of Duke which we've seen in the past.
Yep.
And while I agree that the single one is significantly weaker,
And focus balls.
on the back of a free evade,
Yeah.
I think it.
Yeah. It complements Rick's inherent ability, doesn't it? And that's always good value. It's the same reason it was valuable on the Phantoms.
Yeah, you're naturally getting the evades. You're not going out your way to find the evades. Yeah.
I mean, you'd be happy to have a list just full of Rick Olay, but obviously you can't do that. Okay.
See, our man that he's playing, I believe, is one of the victorious Spanish ETC players.
Yes, he is.
Congratulations to the Spanish. They were absolutely spot on over both days of play. They beat the Netherlands fairly convincingly. Some really good list choices.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not sure
lost.
how the English got on.
England lost 4-1 to them, and they are a squad of very, very, very good players.
Yeah, I agree. I say we lost to them, and we being Dutch currently, we also lost 4-1 to them.
How is your Flemish coming?
Poor, to be honest. I've been living with the Dutch ETT team, and every now and again the conversation just goes off, and I don't have a clue what's happening. I definitely haven't picked any up.
Oh, he's being gentle with the Jedi. Okay, that could be interesting. But is Tim a turn behind, trying to catch one, or does he have to go for the centre Jedi?
I'm surprised the Jedi have been quite aggressive. I mean, he's hid behind a gas cloud, so
Yep.
he's super safe at the moment.
Even safer if he manages to dodge an arc.
Yeah.
But he is sort of setting himself. His choice is either to drag them through the rocks,
I think the
or
problem
to
Tim's
engage
got
them within
is
the rocks.
He's got 2 doing nothing,
Yeah.
and they're not even going to do. Certainly, the black A-wing is not doing anything next turn.
No, it isn't.
The blue one's going to come in and plug a gap between some rocks, stop an escape path.
Yep.
Yellow guy's going to turn in. My worry is that he only ever gets 1 arc on any one direction,
Yes.
and the Jedi are just going to laugh off 2 dice.
Yeah, absolutely.
He really, at some point needs to engineer a block with multiple arcs
Yes.
on that block.
Yeah. But the Jedi will have to declare where they're going before he can do that with any confidence, unless he tries to the punt. Advanced optics.
So I don't think you hit them with 2. I think you hold that focus.
Yeah. Yeah, you're asking the dice to do a lot for you if you just take 2 in, and it won't happen.
You disagree? Although it is the safer A-wing in the top.
Yeah.
The yellow A-wing, I think he holds his focus.
Yes.
Nope.
Okay, that's good.
And they are playing to the official timer, which means they're already some distance into the round.
We're just going to go and check the time where we're at.
Yeah.
There's exactly an hour to go.
Okay.
Five dice, always nice. Yeah.
It's coming in. No right? Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. Although you probably didn't miss me. Did I miss any damage?
No damage.
No damage yet.
Okay.
No.
Remember, you got to lean into this, guys. Okay. When you
Okay.
talk.
Yep. So, I think I've just got
You'd expect a pretty inconsequential round with this distance between them.
Yeah.
No damage. Okay.
There's a lot of range.
Not obstructed.
No, no.
Only these.
Tom, you really do have to lean in, man. Okay. Bob? Why don't you move more this way, and then Tom doesn't have to go so far.
We're good.
Advanced optics.
Okay, that works.
I'm sure the crowd is super glad they can hear me now.
That's much better. Your sultry tones are coming through loud and clear.
The voice of Birmingham.
Yeah, loses a shield.
And then range 3. Okay. Cocked
2 hits.
Cocked. Still 2.
This is such a tough match, I think, for the A-Wings.
Hit and crit, right? And then you've got a focus, blank.
Through a 7 dice.
Eating through the force.
Yeah, I like the getting rid of the force. I like him making him spend that. It hurts his reposition. He's not going to get reposition and mods next turn. That's got to be a bonus. I'm quite surprised the Jedi have dragged themselves into quite a knife fight type environment quite early on.
Yeah, I mean, what tends to happen with the Jedi is if you're going to win the game, you've got to get one big turn to take some points out of them. And particularly with the regen, you actually need 2, I think, if you're going to go at the Jedi.
Yeah.
I think Rick Olay might have been the better target for Tim.
Why do you all call him Rick Olay?
How do we pronounce it, Sam?
I think it's Rick Ollie.
Rick Olay?
I know there's an accent on the E, but there's another vowel comes before it. If it was Olay, it would just be O-L-E with an accent.
Okay.
Because I'm Spanish.
Yeah.
Olay.
Yeah.
Right, and Hungaro would be Jose Maria would be perfectly happy with that. But as I say, I've heard it a couple of times this weekend. People are saying no because it's got an accent on it. It should be Rick Olay or Olay.
I tend to stick to Rick because I know that bit's right.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
I say,
sure.
Yeah.
all I remember is that
safe
when
way.
episode 1 came out and he was that action figure that no one wanted to buy, it was
That's
always
it.
on the shelf.
Yeah.
And they was like, oh, he must be a really important character. And the film came out and it was like, no, he says like one thing to Anakin. That's it. Yeah, so but everyone called him Rick Ollie back then. Yeah, Rick. Now you got me confused. I think it's Rick Ollie. I'm going to stick with it. I think it's Rick Ollie.
Getting through, it's going to be a complicated planning phase every.
If it's anything, it's Rick Ollier.
Yeah, I think Rick
Ollier.
Yeah, Rick
Go
Ollier.
with that. That
right.
sounds better.
I think that the producers just did that to make your life difficult, son.
Yeah. Well, no, that's just a Star Wars thing. Le ulo la ampa. What? Why has she got 2 apostrophes in there? What's the vowel that's been taken out? I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's followed by a vowel, so it makes no sense.
Blue first.
It's not. Is it French? I don't know. Is it saying the ulo the ampa?
See, I thought that A-wing was coming between those 2 rocks.
Yeah, I thought he would go for the block there, but he hasn't.
We're on 55 minutes. 56 minutes actually.
Tim's playing it cautious and snaking around the outside. I'd be so tempted to commit with yellow.
Hello, Jesper.
All right, Jay.
What's wrong with the list? I guess not.
Pink. Pink reveals 2 forwards, which bumps.
Is it Plo Koon? Is that have I messed up there? Have I put Anakin down when it's Plo Koon?
So,
Is that what I've done? Hang on.
You're commentating on the wrong game.
I was in a rush.
so I'm just gonna.
Yes, it is. It's Plo Koon. Hot fix coming in.
It has been a bit of a rush today because they've powered through the rounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have not messed around at all.
They did the same yesterday. Yeah?
Yeah.
There was one round that had 15 minutes between it.
Yeah, it was pretty intense yesterday. There was very little time for doing anything other than packing your stuff, finding your table, and then moving to it. It's nice to play intense X-Men like that, but it is pretty exhausting.
Yeah, it's fine.
62, so it's 18 points less, right? So did my list come out like super expensive? Taking down to 71, 72. check this. Yeah, I had him like 18 points over.
I don't quite know why Tim's gone for a self-bump.
Got a bit shaky. Cool. Oh, there's yours, man.
Cool.
And
He's off for the Jedi. That nice escape.
Pink is at the front, just not
Yeah,
slightly.
yeah, it's where they end up.
Simon, is there any chance I can plug that into the USB to keep the Sith tapes?
Focus and boost.
Yeah, if you can.
The internet is leaving a lot to be desired in this place.
Okay. Over to you.
Is it a lot of...
Wriggling.
It's that the infrastructure is trying to hobble everybody.
Okay.
Because when you have a single internet for one device, it bombs through, which is what's happening with the laptop right now. The laptop's got one dedicated net connection for itself.
Yeah.
But everything else is trying to connect to a separate Wi-Fi, and on that Wi-Fi, they're limiting your speed. After you get over a certain amount of data transfer, they cut you off. After 24 hours, they cut you off. You've got to reconnect. There's all sorts of silliness going on as far as that's concerned. I said in round one, I think I did that.
That's brave.
It doesn't make sense to me for a venue like this to its clients to provide a private connection that's not for like the public. That's just so bad.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
It's kind of like saying, oh well, yeah, we'll give you internet, but we'll give you a bit of the internet.
Yeah.
It's kind of like saying, well, there's
Let you taste it.
There's 8 toilets, but for what you've paid, you get 1.
Yeah.
Right, to the control.
Yep.
Okay.
He is going for the disengage.
So what?
Yeah,
Right, let me get
he's
my
bugging out.
stuff in position.
this is fine. See, he was super expecting the blocks the same as we were,
Yeah,
and he thought his only escape route was...
that's pretty smart play from Tim, isn't it?
Nothing.
Right.
For me.
Yeah, the rocks are good.
No banks.
Big risk.
To a degree, but he did escape the arcs, I guess. He has got in those side arcs of the A's, and he got away with no damage, so arguably
Yeah.
it's a nice call.
Turn it control.
Fine
not
tune
sure. I
controls,
think
the
he's just-
barrel roll.
Yeah, fast barrel.
I was saying in the last game, I just don't think you wanted your threats all in one place, and I think we're ending up in that place.
Yeah. Yeah, the A-wings are quite badly out of position now.
Okay.
I think the Jedi are too.
So,
I think the Jedi have grouped, so it makes life easier for the A-wings.
Well, you would say that, but then we've seen already in several turns that where they are now has nothing to do with where they're going to be next turn. And for now, they're out of most of the arcs. Next turn, they could be in a variety of different places, making it harder for Tim to concentrate fire on.
Yeah, I agree. That's really true.
I think he kind of has to commit to a particular spot and hope that the Jedi can't get out of it.
But I think where they are, they've limited their own options somewhat.
more of that.
No heroic for you.
Yeah, they're
If
all...
I was Tim, I'd be reasonably happy at the moment.
Green. Pants on it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, so you're +1.
Looks like he's going for Ricolet. Ricolet's going for a yellow. Ollier. However, was
Ollier.
Simon, you dice is a shit.
No, he just shouted. He shouted over the mic. The dice, I've given him a shit. Remember, you get a double penalty for swearing on stream.
quite right too. Keep it clean.
Yeah. No, well, there's technicalities there. You don't get double penalties on my stream. Yeah.
Damn right.
Yeah. Not because I permit swearing, but because they have no authority over my stream, because I'm an unofficial stream. When they start paying for me to go to tournaments and paying my room and board, then yeah, okay, well, you can start putting penalties on my stream. But until then, the fact that I've got to be kept at arm's length about everything means that you can't turn around and tell me that, like, oh, I'm a completely unofficial thing, you can't talk to me, and then turn around and say, yeah, but someone said a swear word on your stream.
And for anyone watching who doesn't know Tim, he is the producer of the Sith Takers Snapshots podcast.
He's the Spud Gun Sniper, and
Yeah.
he's got a Patreon as well. You can go over and support him. He also won himself a world invite, didn't he? He's on his way.
Yeah, he managed to finish second place in the Preston Hyperspace behind Simran, and he's off to Worlds in a couple of months. I know he's very much looking forward to that. There's a couple of the Sith Taker guys going out. I'm not making it this year after too many trips to the States already. So Tim will be going out to represent. Don't know if he's going to stick with the 5A wings or switch back to the Inferno squadron that he enjoys flying.
Yeah, he had that as well at the UK System Open, huh?
Or something else that he fancies painting up.
Yeah,
he does like his Mighty Morphin Power Ranger colours.
Yeah. Also, I mean, this is like... so today we've not seen so many Jedis. We saw one last round with Tom Reed. Yesterday we saw a lot of Jedis. A lot of people have commented on how it's a boring game to watch while they kind of reposition and stuff like that. I don't know, it definitely seemed to have a dominant force today. You guys, yesterday, you guys appeared to play today. How many times did you guys run into Jedi?
Did I have one or did I have two yesterday? No, I just had the one lot of Jedi, I think. No, I played two. It was game 3 with Cormac Higgins and my round 5.
That was yesterday then?
Yeah, yesterday was Jedi. So I had two lots of Jedi.
Out of 6 rounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your opinion of it with all the...
It's not really the sort of X-Wing I like to play. I like to get stuck in and roll some dice, damage some shields, not have that frustration of rolling as many evades as they get hits.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So, first.
And I think it becomes quite a high variance game, although the Jedi are very good at controlling their dice.
I mean, I've seen Jedi just basically be exchanging 1 damage a turn. Yeah, regenerating and making no difference to the game.
Well, there was one of the stream games yesterday where they were taking on the IGs and just plinking off a shield here and there, and it just took a long time to get any damage.
Yeah. And we saw in the last game with Marco was basically just like, once he'd got 1 ship killed, it was basically, you're not going to catch me now.
Absolutely, yeah. And that, as I say, that's not the kind of X-Wing I really enjoy. I think it is a bit of a dull game. It's a challenging game, and there's a lot to think about and a lot of decisions, but I prefer my stuff to be a bit more full on.
I don't mind a positional game. I can sit and watch it given any time, no problem. I quite like watching ships gently outposition each other, and I think the Jedi are fantastic at it. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on them and maybe having a go at some point.
What did you play today, Tom?
I played Jendon and 3 Inquisitors, which is super not my style, and it turned out to be that way. Going 2 and 2 and coming and joining in the streaming fun quite early.
Yeah.
He's doing a hard one.
Yeah, Euros may not be the place to experiment with a new list.
No, having never touched it before, it was a bit of a learning curve. One that I didn't climb particularly quickly.
And the concentration of big names is slightly gentler today, but it's still a fierce competition.
Yeah, it's a good room. It's a cracking room. And the average standard in here is really high.
This is an announcement for anyone who participated in the Day 1A of the X-Wing main event. Please be aware that the prize wall to pick up your participation prizes for yesterday's Day 1A event will be closing in about 10 minutes. It will be reopening tomorrow, so if you're still here, you can pick up your prizes for tomorrow. If you made the cut for Day 2, you can also just pick them up tomorrow. Just let us know. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, Tom, you'll be interested to know, currently undefeated on the top tables, Kai Kropp and Piotr Cook.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, from the first System Open Series final in Coruscant.
Yes.
At the London Expo Star Wars celebration.
That feels like a long time ago.
It's a very long time ago now.
It's cracking little setup though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed meeting those guys. Absolutely brilliant.
It was a good format, wasn't it?
It was good. Not for me, it wasn't.
Actually, you've got yourselves a little mini reunion here because you've got Fernando and Sasha judging as well.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
Yeah, we're missing Ryan Fleming.
we are missing Ryan. That's
Abel is at home in Asturias.
I think this is the best we've done since the event.
I think the best was the Spanish System Open 2017.
Okay,
Yeah, where I pretty much had 6 or 5 of you there. You
Yeah.
weren't there.
I won there. Ryan was missing.
Yeah,
I
Ryan
don't know,
obviously.
Andrew
yeah.
Patterson, did he make it?
Yeah, he was there. Andrew was there. Piotr was there. Kai wasn't there. So I had 5
you
of
had
you.
5 of us.
Yeah. Kai, I finally met at the System Open last year in Hanover. Took some time.
I think it does demonstrate what X-Wing can do, though. Like a bunch of fairly random guys from all over in the world. We now talk. You know, we know each other. We speak. You know, semi-regularly, even still now, a few years later.
Yeah.
I think it demonstrates a lot of good.
Yeah, I mean, international X-Wing is fantastic. It's taken me to places I never would have visited.
Yeah.
Like Zagreb last year for
Yeah.
the team championship, and even Denver this year. It's not really on my list of places to visit, but actually it's a fantastic city.
Yeah.
It was fantastic to have an opportunity to go and play out there.
Yeah, it's fun, huh? I mean, I do these events and I show up to these places, but I never see these places. So everyone says, "Oh, you've been to Madrid?" "Yeah, I've been to Madrid 8 times." They're like, "Oh, you see anything?" "No, just the inside of a room and TVs and yeah, not much else." And same thing, Paris. Well, Paris I've kind of done to death anyway, so I don't really need to see anything at Paris. But every now and then, you know. And Milton Keynes, that was fun. That was a fun place to visit.
Well,
Because
because
there's nothing to see.
No, there's just nothing there.
So I don't have to worry about that.
But the setup for that event was fantastic.
It was very
You know,
good.
from a player's point of view, the price of the accommodation, the space available, the temperature of the room, food and drink, all that sort of stuff was really, really good. Probably the best of any tournament I played, I think.
Yeah, although I must say this is pretty good.
Yeah. The only downside is that there's not a lot of food and drink immediately on site.
No,
and
that's true.
it's not really practical to stay
That is
very
a
near the
downside.
venue.
Now,
No.
there was a big issue at lunch, huh?
Yeah, the lunch was difficult. Accommodation is super cheap in the centre though,
Yeah, it is. And Uber as well is very
and
inexpensive.
Uber's amazing. I've been quite impressed, I must say.
Yeah. Well, I really enjoy Krakow. The food in the city centre is really good.
When he was
it's
picky
cheap.
as I am with food, it's a bit more limiting, but
Do they do a breaded chicken?
yeah, they do. I found a pizza. That was all right.
Yeah, we went out for pizza last night with the American lads. Made them stay up a bit later than they intended. So if Gold Squadron commentary is a bit shaky today, then it's entirely on us.
Was that sabotage
Little bit.
in my favour?
A little bit, yeah.
Trying to do your favour, really.
As soon as Knuckles said that he was going to be handling the stream today whilst
I get
Dion played, we thought, right, let's have a
Knuckles
go.
looks like OJ, huh?
Yeah,
Every time I seen him walk
a
past,
little
I've always been like, OJ? No.
bit. Essence of, definitely. But he's a bit shorter than OJ.
He's a bit shorter than OJ.
But
it's true.
he's a lot shorter than OJ. But he's a top bloke, is Knuckles. I got to know him in Colorado, and he's a really interesting guy and a lovely bloke.
Yeah.
He's effectively the American by the same token.
Yes.
And the curl paw stuff, I've got some of it, is really, really nice.
Yeah, they do very high quality. Of course, nothing to rival Cogger 2 though.
We love Cogger
That
2.
new stuff,
The new
that
stuff is
the printed stuff, yeah,
amazing.
is amazing. I was speaking to Pierre from France today. He's got one done with his squadron logo on it, and he was like, "I'm a bit disappointed. It looks like a sticker." And I'm like, "No, dude, it's not a sticker. Feel it. It's like you got like the different levels between it."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have gone for a different option." And he would have preferred to have it engraved with just
Okay.
a two-tone
Yeah.
logo. But yeah, I've even got in touch with them because it's like, cool, you know, they started doing matte plastics as well. Matte plastics on stream, perfect. But
of course, makes your life a lot easier.
But it's expensive as the matte plastic, and really, I only need little tiny bits. You know, like those little donuts I put on the base pegs sometimes.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, it's obviously it's way too expensive to go into that sort of territory just for two little bits that I need.
Yeah, well, COG look after the Sith Takers very well. They're our go-to store for getting the rulers and such, and you'll see that Tim's templates have got the Element Games logo on. That's really home base for the Sith Takers. Although we play all over the Northwest, but Element are pretty nice to us.
Well, I've gone proper North England today, huh? So I had Josh from Harlequins on before.
Brilliant.
I've had Josh, I had you guys, I had Tom last round, I had Richard Sue in round 4. So apart from Richard, North England.
Too right.
Yeah.
That's where X-Wings played, right?
Yeah. Unless it's Cardiff if Scott Reed picks the game back up again, right?
Fingers crossed. Drags himself down to get some games.
Firestorm.
I think he's switched over. Is he still playing Destiny?
A bit of Destiny, yeah. We were chatting about it earlier. He's playing a bit of Destiny.
You should play L5R and take part in the costume contest.
Big fat samurai.
Oh! Sumo.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing. Tim's conceded
So
some
glad
points.
that's on stream.
Now Tim's dropped some points. He's going to have to chase.
Yeah.
Yellow.
He seems quite content turning away with quite a lot of the stuff. I'm surprised is the pink one the injured one?
Rear. So spin.
No.
No.
The pink one is Zari Bangle.
Focus.
He needs to apply a little bit more pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much a clock management game when you're playing against the Jedi. You're not going to do a lot of damage, so you need to do the damage you do at the right time and come out with the win. It's a very interesting way of understanding the tournament mechanics for me. Like, you want to do the right amount of damage at the right time because you don't have enough time in an hour and a quarter to really play the game to its conclusion. So it's very much a tournament player's list, I think. It doesn't look like Yellow's going to get a shot, but it looks like he's going to be on his own.
And this guy's turns in. And the Jedi at the top of the board have got nowhere to go. But obviously you've got the shots out the rear, so that does open up the option to hurt the Jedi a little bit more. Yeah, he's dodged that. I think he's dodged that. Worth getting a stick out for eventually. Yeah, he's dodged it.
Yeah, that's out of arc, I think.
Then force.
This could be quite an interesting round of shooting because Tim's got arcs, it looks, on.
He's got the blue one's got its arc backwards.
Yeah.
The black one's got its arc forwards. Red one's got arc forwards.
X-Wing Judge!
They're all calling for one table, by the way, guys. You can hear the multiple judge calls in the background. They're all calling for one table.
It's getting towards the end of the day, and the judges are not leaping to the tables as quickly as they were earlier on.
Yeah, it turns out you had a good effect on them because Gold Squadron are just calling it wrong.
Calling it wrong? What?
Yeah, the judge calls was incorrect.
All right, okay.
Interesting judge call I saw at the end of one game. They are absolutely ruling that the next round does not begin until the dial is down.
That happened yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're arguing you're still in the planning phase?
That's not the first place I've seen that either.
End phase?
Well, if you've cleared the green tokens, then you've finished the end phase.
Yeah,
range
I think
two?
that's
Once everything's
right.
off the table, yeah.
Once all the green tokens are gone, the focuses and evades, then you're
But
in the
the-
planning phase.
the
I guess
issue is
because there's no discernible point where the two things.
Well, no, it is just once the last green token's gone, that's it. Unless they've got some other trigger at the end of the end phase. Once that last green token leaves the table, you're in the planning phase.
But the problem is when you have turns where there are no green tokens and
Well-
the players don't discuss the end of the phase. If one of them says, right, okay, we're now going to move into the planning phase, that works. But if there's no green tokens, you can't tell if there are any green tokens to remove. So that gives the judges a headache. And I think the solution they've arrived at works, but it is not what the rules say. I mean, I agree entirely with that.
You see, it's a solution that works, but then I'd ask you to go check out the video I have from the Malmo System Open.
Okay.
Yeah. Not to say that Rune did anything wrong, but he did play that rule to his advantage. And then you've got the problem where what someone does is, I've got a dial, I'm going to slam it down.
Well,
And now I'm in the next round, then I'm going to pick up my other dial, take my time about it, and then pick up the dial I slammed down and change it again.
I think the ruling previously was that you couldn't change the dial you slammed down.
But then you can't say that because it's planning phase. You can pick up your dial as much as you want.
I guess, yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
So I mean, what I say is, if there's a green token on the table, then you've not left the end phase, and that's happened to me before as well, where someone's tried to squeeze an extra game round in,
Yeah.
and they still had green tokens on the table, which I said technically you shouldn't be doing that because you've not finished the end phase.
Wow,
An equally poor roll.
Yeah.
this guy.
yeah, the fact the first one's bad doesn't mean the second one's going to be good.
Yep.
That's not how dice
No,
work.
I do agree with the issues surrounding some of the timing at the end, but
2 and a focus becomes re-rolls for another focus,
And
and there's 2 focuses. Spends.
So, no shot on my 4, no shot on my 3.
we are hoping that we'll get some X-Wing specific floor rules where those kinds of issues can be addressed.
I don't think the actual floor rules helped very much of anything. one crit, it goes through,
Obi-Wan's not heroic.
and he's just going to regenerate a shield. So
I think he's already done.
no, he's got the 2 charges on the
two charges
astromech.
there.
I go for.
Yeah, that's why Ricolet is perhaps the better target. Ollie,
Yeah, the damage sticks.
Ollie.
We spoke about it before we came on, didn't we?
Yeah.
I feel that Ricky's probably the one to try and pin. He's going to struggle to dance out of it quite so easily. And also, the damage sticks.
Yeah, that's the main thing. That when you do get that good turn, it's actually going to count towards your points total at the end of the round.
They can stay over there.
Whereas if the Jedi are properly played, then they potentially have sort of 8 health, which is horrific to deal with.
Yes. Any reason the point showing up as 8?
Is the ship worth 16? I don't know.
No.
Alright, give me a second here. No. ¿Crees que no? Al top. Juan del Río de España se pasa al top. Okay, let me see what I've done here. Okay, so hang on. 38 points. So why has it done that? That makes no sense. Is the 9th? Oh yeah, it's got him right. He's not scored any points, has he? Right. Okay.
No.
It's because I took the points off Anakin. Right. Okay. So it's like calculated that there's a difference and said, "Ooh, something's not right." Okay. Give me a second here. I think first of all, I've lost my internet connection again. Oh no, it's working now.
Seemed like an improbable number of points to achieve 8.
Yeah. Okay, right. So those the Hungaro's points are correct on 18 when the system decides to update. So my only fix to this is to put everyone's shields back on and resync everything so that it resets. Otherwise, it'll just. Why is it taking so long to do this? Right. Oh, come on.
Multiple choices here.
Okay, he's got all his shields back. He's got all his shields back. Now we sync.
It's a tough life being a judge.
Being a judge?
Or playing Hearthstone.
All right, okay.
I don't know if Tim's going to break left or right with yellow.
Personally, I think he has to go left. I don't think you can waste an A-wing's guns by bringing him round to the right. I think he has to try and follow the fight round, but I mean, I appreciate the Jedi just gets on your tail then and it's not amazing.
I mean, it's manoeuvrable enough that if he broke right, he could then come through the rocks and reform with the others.
Oh, now I understand. It connected to that crappy Wi-Fi. Let's tell it to forget that Wi-Fi exists. Forget. Well, I'm worried about doing that because I think tomorrow might work. What about now? Are you syncing? It says no.
Too many Jedi to try and run away from.
Tim's only going to get another 4 or 5 turns, I would think.
Yeah, I think the time does really ebb away in these games.
Yeah. So,
Why is it not syncing? Okay.
Just do a hard 2.
Tell this one to turn off.
And we'll bank boost that way, please. Oh yeah, that was
Assurance,
and then
don't
black
mind.
will do a 3 bank.
Breaking away.
No, I'm struggling to understand the logic behind some of this.
I'll tell you one thing, for 6-round days, we're going to be finished before 8:30.
Yeah,
And that's pretty good.
Really good work,
Well,
to be fair.
it's a product of the
The super fast
rapid-
turnaround.
Yeah, yeah, and Vince has done so many of these things now. He knows what the problems are and he knows how to
going
fix
to do
them.
a hard 2. So turning in.
I know what Tim's going to say when he watches this game. He's going to be like, well, why do you speak so eloquently on the stream for Simon and you just create such nightmares for me when I'm editing the cast?
Well, you see, the problem is, Tim, when you're listening, editing. This is 2019. You shouldn't be editing, man. You should just be letting the conversation flow. Do it live.
Have you listened to these lot that appear on the podcast?
And you're only doing like a 20-minute little part. You can't even just have a normal conversation for 20 minutes.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Right, well then there you go. You don't need to edit it.
Oh, it sounds good though. Does sound good.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I sound like a genius.
Like,
on
I don't
that.
think
I tell
it's.
you, I'm a complete idiot.
I don't think it's 100% necessary. And I know what goes into editing audio, and it's a huge effort. And
It is. It's massive.
And I
Tim's
think
worked
that if
so
you
hard.
just train yourself to have the conversation correctly the first time round, it saves all that effort.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think I've got this fixed with the.
It is nice when we say silly things though and he gets rid of them.
With the 8 points.
That is good. Some of the outtakes he hasn't used
And
are
then tally.
pretty excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I
But they're secret for you now, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. So we're shields down on the blue squadron, and Plo Koon I think is a shield off as
And
well.
focus and spin to the rear.
I finally fixed the points. Yay! We got there. It took some manual messing around, but I got there. Right, now I can take away the shields from this guy. And did the Jedis? No, they're not regenerated yet, so take those away. Okay, I'm happy now.
Blue might be in trouble. Although he's no room to reposition, has he?
Ooh, what's that for? Top what? Top scum, a template tray, right? Let me have a look.
Yeah, I only went 2 there.
Take care of the rituals.
No action. No action, Sari. Sari, no action.
No.
Fire, control.
For the template No tempo, it's just range room. Just range room, no tempo. Yep. Alright, okay. The scum, are they the same or? Alright, forget it. I'll talk about it later. Timo's showing me his top scum player template tray. It's too big for one of those Felder cases though.
Yeah,
so,
it doesn't fit in a Felder.
No.
Go back to Coggo 2 and get one from them.
Yeah. The prize division of FFG haven't quite learned yet.
They're getting there.
They're getting there,
There's
but
a much greater variety of stuff.
It is much better, and the only thing is, we said the dial covers to them ages ago, like do like gold dial covers for world champion. You know, world champion gets gold dial covers that said world champion 2018 on it, and that's it. But nope. They did those acrylic ones that are just like the normal faces with like pictures on them. It's like, oh, I don't know. Anyway, one hit and a crit. And focus, evade. No damage there.
Yeah, the Jedi just do that thing with the dice where they get just what they need.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan. Yep.
Yeah, Rick has managed up by the look of it.
One hit, 3 focuses, I think.
Yep.
Spends focus, of course. 4 hits. 1 focus, 2 evades, spends, takes 1.
Hey, Tim can afford to do that.
Yeah.
So no shot.
He's obviously the target, and he's got the speed and the rocks to protect him as he bugs out.
1 hit, 1 blank. Optics gives him a hit. And there's a evade, so takes a shield on Obi-Wan.
No shot there from Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Seeing if Ollie's in.
Okay. That's okay.
Cool. So that comes off.
Now watch this, watch. And see, we've not finished the end phase yet because there's a focus token.
Just leave a focus token on the board.
Yeah.
So are we still not planning?
We're not planning yet, we're still in the end phase.
Still not planning?
Nope. There we go.
Hey, now we're planning.
Planning phase. Yeah, I mean,
Well, it matters.
that's the way it goes, really. Right?
End of
That's
round.
the indicator, is that like if you have to do something, then you have to do that. If you don't have to do something, you automatically pass it. For example, there's a step where you're supposed to see if you won the game, right? And yet at the end of the game, end of each round, no one turns around and said, "Have I won the game?
Did I win?"
No,
Yeah.
because you skip that step because you know it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Right. So when we're talking about before about cleaning green tokens, there's no green tokens. That step's not necessary. You skip that step, you're at the end. You finish the end phase already.
I do think you're right that it's the rules, but I just think the practical solution that they've arrived at matters. But it's capable of being abused a little bit. If you want to make sure that you get another round, then you just put a dial face down on the table, whatever it says, and then carry on setting your dials.
I guess like that scenario that's just happened there though, should a silly token get left on the board, that's the way that gets abused. You just don't pick your token up until the timer goes.
Yep. But the thing
irrespective of the other guy sets a dial or not.
But the thing is that, Tom, is that strictly speaking, that's what the rules are, and so we go back into that situation that like if you've not cleaned the green tokens, you've not finished the end phase.
I agree. I think
it's
that's
both
fair.
players' responsibility to follow the rules
Yes.
as it is. You've not cleaned all the evade tokens off, the green tokens off, then you've not finished the end phase. You're not in the next round yet. Doesn't matter what you do, because you could be thinking about your maneuvers as soon as you finish the last one.
Yeah, yeah.
So planning phase is really a subjective term.
Yeah, it is. And really, you should be thinking about your manoeuvres maybe a turn or 3 before you make them.
Yeah.
Checking the.
This is close. Tim does need to get some damage on one of these ships, get some points out of it.
Down to
Obi-Wan's
20
the most
minutes
damaged
now.
at the moment.
Plo Koon can't regenerate though.
No.
Obi-Wan can still regenerate 2 shields. If he just bugs out of there.
focus and rotate.
Yeah.
Okay, so blue's on forward arc now.
Same with black, please.
Obi-Wan may have an escape route there.
Focus and a bank boost.
That's nice. It's nice to see him come back in and.
Oh yeah.
Right. Pink is going to do a 3 bank.
No doubt Tim will tell us that all this was part of his cunning plan, because I know what he says and I know how he thinks. It will all have been entirely intended if he wins.
Maybe we're doing a massive disservice to him, and he is actually timing this quite well.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not.
Well, controlling the pace of the game has become a real skill. I mean, it upsets a lot of people because of slow play and stalling and all that sort of stuff.
I think on average we get too few rounds.
Jesper, are you listening? See if he normally shows up in chat if you talk to him. just wondering. Because Christopher Bengston just made it through to the top cut with a 200-0 victory in round 6, 5-1.
Wow, impressive.
Very good work. You did it.
Infiltrator focus.
Nice.
And then tally.
I was just looking at, Tyler Tippett's just come past with all of Sis.
He's obviously got a lot of baggage space for when he's at traveling home.
I had to upgrade for extra legroom on the flight, and that comes with a free bag.
All right, okay, so yeah, why not?
If you're a massive guy, apparently you have to.
Well, when you've not got a stream kit to lug around, there's loads of space in your luggage.
First, Wrigley. Yep. Big bank.
Okay, Rick Ollier.
Yeah, he's taking the rock.
One hit.
Anyway, did you get it?
Well, he went over one earlier and didn't get anything, so it's not the end of the world.
No.
And he's got the evade for going free speed, so
Yeah, he's looking to finish off blue. But no mods.
full throttle, Plo Koon.
Might have gone too far.
Yeah, it's a bump, I think.
Won't fit.
Yeah, I think he's.
He
screwed that up. This might be the moment he needs.
Yep.
So was it a bump or?
Yeah, it's a bump.
Okay. Regenerates a shield on Obi-Wan. And also going pretty fast. Free bank to the left. Right now, only in arc of the black and yellow Power Rangers.
Okay, tune up control. Yep.
Fine-tuned controls to boost left. Still in arc of the yellow one. Focuses. And I think he might have actually moved into arc of the blue one there.
Yeah, he's given red a shot too.
Yeah. 2 hits.
2 hits. Jedi living on his dice.
1 evade, 1 focus. Spends the focus. It's got no force tokens, right?
First, Rick Holy.
Obi-Wan is looking very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Manuel 2. That's 4 dice. Yep.
So if you can finish off blue.
So 1 hit, 2 focuses looks like, and 1 evade.
Wow.
Duke. And just 1 damage.
No, actually, I've got no shots. I might as well spend it. Yeah.
Spends the focus.
Wait.
Yeah, I think you got me at range 2.
2.
Yeah. So,
Some more damage or not? No.
Couple of gates.
Yep. I went 3, so
Sure, he's got sheet record.
spend.
One hit, one focus gets spent. Hungaro rolls 1, and the crack shot gets called.
No shot. No shot. Range 1.
Black fires range 1 on Rick Ollier. And there's 2 blanks, 1 hit,
Yeah.
2 evades.
Oh, that was unlucky.
Yeah, you really got to hammer this damage through.
Yeah.
With in both cases, these are like low output, high defense ships, and they've got to get all hits to be able to do something.
Probably only another 2 turns left.
Yeah, well, depend. Yeah, I guess because
On the pace of the last 2,
we're
we
talking
get 2
about
more.
we're talking about eight ships, and it
Yeah.
takes time to get through the planning phase.
Yeah, it's no criticism of either player, and both of these lists are positional lists.
Yeah.
So you do need to think very carefully about what you're doing with the dials. You can't just rush it.
Especially when you're talking about 20 points to win.
Yeah.
And with the repositioning ability they've got on both sides of the table, there's a lot to think about. Now Robert Ram had gone 4-0 as I remember.
Just going to quickly see how the old man's doing. I'll
Okay.
be 30 seconds.
And as I remember, his first 2 wins were 200-0.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's lost.
He's lost 2 since then.
2 since then, yeah.
Right. Okay. So he'd gone 3-0 and he went 3-2. Right. Okay.
And a big shout out to the boys in Stockport and around. Hopefully you're all watching this. Tim's neck and neck here. He'll be all right.
Obi-Wan came out of that turn really good, to be honest. He could have taken a lot more damage. Didn't take anything. So I swear he had like several arcs on him. I mean, Blue could have fired on Obi-Wan if he wanted. Obviously, Rick Ollier was a better choice.
Yeah, I mean that. How's he doing for regen?
Well, he's still got 1 charge on Obi-Wan, and Rick Ollier's got 2 charges. Rick Ollier's lost both shields. The problem with Rick Ollier is that he's just not that faster than the 2 Jedi to be able to escape and get into a position where disabled weapons isn't so critical to him.
Yeah, I mean Hungaro's got to keep the pressure on and make life difficult.
Ungaro.
Ungaro.
Not Hungaro.
That's how it looks.
That's like saying Bob Doy.
I'm just trying to work out where that's makes me sound like I'm from Dorset.
10 minutes remaining in your round. 10 minutes remaining in your round.
The weird thing that bugs me about my real surname is that people pronounce it Derbyshire. It's not. It's or Derbyshire.
Derbyshire. Yeah, because, you know, Lord of the Rings and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a real southern thing to put a lot of emphasis on the Shire bit.
Okay, wants to press Obi-Wan. I don't see him catching up much. They bring on all those pizzas. You can smell them all over the hall, man.
Yeah, beautiful.
I don't see him catching Plo Koon this turn. And unless something drastic happens in the next 2 rounds, it's like you're looking at Hungaro basically getting half points on a Blue Squadron report. Hungaro getting 19 points on a Blue Squadron recruit.
Yeah.
And that being the game for the last hour.
Yeah.
I mean, as I say, it's not the sort of X-wing that I think is
And
absolutely brilliant.
that's what the issue people are having with the Jedi. We saw it in the last round as well with Marco.
We certainly did. They've been very low-scoring games.
But nothing new there, really. I mean, there were a lot of in-paces games that were like that in first edition.
True.
No, yeah, I
think
remember several games. Yeah, well, I'm not going to mention names.
The game had better answers.
Yeah.
To aces though.
Yeah.
Whereas it doesn't at the moment.
How's Craig getting on?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. It's a really, really tight game. Both Taversons are dead.
He's playing against Nino, right?
Yes.
Antonio Veiga, I should say.
Yellow.
Another member of the Spanish team, I think.
Yeah, another member of the Spanish
well,
team.
actually the highest scored of the Spanish team, 7-3.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yep. He's an excellent player. It always makes me cry to turn up at the Spanish events and see him judging.
Yeah.
I hate it.
We'll focus and boost.
Unfortunately, Tim is pointing at where the Jedi are and where they're not where they're going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
That's X-wing, right?
Yeah.
And then Tully is doing a R2.
I think he's looking for a dice miracle. to make this happen.
Black Ranger's actually got his arc facing backwards. So, well, I think Rick and Plo are going fast.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's going to make any difference.
I think
Obi-Wan's the only
His
possibility.
only hope now is to catch Obi-Wan.
But he's got enough A-wings in that area that he could set up quite a nice block next turn, depending on where Obi-Wan ends
But
up.
if Obi-Wan went, for example, four
He's
straight,
going to go fast. And
barrel
you're not gonna get in
roll
front of him.
right and back and boost left, boost right.
You're just not going to get in front of him. That's the problem.
Yeah. Rick Ollier takes a free bank to the left, regenerates a shield. Looks like he's going for a target lock or focus. Target locks blue squad, blue leader.
Yeah, it's a luxury target lock, just in case he gets a chance to shoot him at any stage, I guess.
Center control.
In terms of pace, even since they started moving the ships around, we've had 4
And
or
he's
5 minutes
closed
to
in
play.
on the black squadron, which is the one that's actually
Oh,
damaged.
this is a good move.
Black
This is going to be a
Ranger.
boost round to the left now, and he's going to escape the claws.
Plo Koon is close into range 1 of black, which is the one that's damaged.
Oh, he's going to stay there.
Okay, also Talisan.
Not surprised. Maybe no force.
So
No, he's got one force charge left.
Yeah, so it could have gone.
Well, the rear arc's not facing, so
No,
it's a
happy
safe
days.
spot. I'd have wanted to put some range between me and
1,
yellow.
2, 3, and a focus gets spent. 3 blanks.
Heroic.
Heroic reroll. 1 evade.
Oh,
That was on talent. That was on the black one. Yeah. So that's made things a lot harder.
Yeah, well, as soon as
Tim.
he racked up those hits, it was
When he
odds
came
against.
round like that.
3.
Yep.
1 evade. 1 focus. Sense focus. Takes 1
So,
on Zari Bangle.
so Korea.
What?
Yellow.
Yes. Yellow.
Easy.
What's it, please?
See if that's a range 1.
Yes, it's okay.
1 hit, 2 blanks.
The worst roll
Comes
for
2.
Tim.
And evade. Takes 1 damage on Obi-Wan.
Yeah, no
Obi-Wan
shots.
Garo.
Blue. Spend.
2 hits. 1 blank. Takes half points on Obi-Wan.
That's it. Dials.
Tim takes the lead by 1 point.
Jesus.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Probably going into the last round now. Hungaro has to put 1 more damage onto Talisan Lintra or Zari Bangle.
Perfect timing.
Oh, he's recovered a charge. He's still got a charge left on R2. So
Still leaves him at half of his taking
It's
damage.
still, yeah, he's got the damage card, so makes no difference. Okay.
He has to hunt one of the 1 health A-wings and not
Yeah.
die.
And bear in mind that these boys aren't going to know what the score is. I mean, they may have the mental arithmetic to have worked it out, but
They've got to go.
it seems unlikely.
He's got to go for pink and red with Obi-Wan.
Does he know it?
That's the real question. It's very easy watching stream to say, "Oh right, okay, obviously this needs to happen," but that's not information that the players will have readily to hand. It takes some working out. It may be that because we're in the final round, they'll both stop and check the lists. It's certainly a wise thing to do when you're in this kind of position.
Well, when time gets called, it's trying to work out exactly what it is you've got to do. Once you know you've got one more round to play.
And both of these players at 4 and 1 playing to make it into the cup tomorrow. And we are going to have enough players for a pre-cut round as well as the 5 rounds of knockout, I think.
It'll be a top 62 bracket, top 64 bracket with about 20 buys.
Yeah.
Something like 44 players make it through to day 2. Assuming there are no statistical anomalies where undefeated players get paired down and the 4 or the X and 1 player beats them at some point during the day.
Yep. So, half 2.
Yeah, I like this. Block the route in for the Jedi. That's where he has to go to score points.
Yeah.
So, bank boost.
Yeah.
Don't boost. No. The position he was in was the one.
There. So, 3. Half 2.
He may have been concerned about taking a close range hit on the blue ship.
Who?
They've got one bank, right?
They have, but
Half 2.
the guy's coming. Okay, he's moving so someone else can come into the gap.
Not so daft after all.
And we'll focus.
No, that's okay.
And then tally. Let's do half 2.
Yeah, I don't think the Naboo starfighters in this game, in this round at least.
Focus.
This is the guy that should battle all right.
Attempt to boost
So
one.
if that Jedi does do the 1 turn, there we go.
Yeah,
okay,
he's
that's
doing
fine.
it
That's
beautiful.
fine.
Oh, he's trying to boost. Okay.
See, I'm not sure it fits.
No, that does not fit.
Miles out.
That's the problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that one of the ones that's vulnerable?
Yeah, the red one and the pink one are the 2 that are vulnerable. 1 damage each.
If he'd a barrel rolled to his right, I don't think there's a way the Jedi gets a shot on him.
Yeah, if he's a barrel roll to his right, of course. But well, you got to kind of think where's Obi-Wan going as well.
True.
And he may be expecting
Jedi.
sleep.
Oh,
Yeah, it is the hard one. Yeah.
Now Pink's got a shot on him though, at range 1. That's not to be sniffed at. Obi-Wan's only on 2 hit points. Barrel rolls out to the left, right, left.
He's just going to lock, I presume. Oh, he thinks he's winning.
He's done the 2 bump now. This could be interesting.
Bump yellow.
Oh shit, there we go. Right, X-Wing players, that is time on the round. That is time on the round.
So let's have a see.
If you've not already begun the planning phase,
Remember, if you swear on stream, you get 2 penalty points.
Does he not stream?
Otherwise, finish it up as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's 6 penalty points.
6 penalty points for Vince.
Yeah.
All the slips in, then we will be
One
posting
hit,
rankings,
one blank.
at which point you will have 5 minutes to review those rankings.
All
At
the
which point
evades.
they are closed. Then we will open up
Rick
the prize
Ollier
distribution for the day's
has
event.
arc
So,
on
stick around
yellow.
for goodies. Thank
Is it
you.
range?
Nope.
I think they said no. Or yes.
Tally.
No, yeah. Plo Koon's going to fire on Talisan, the red one.
This is the game. These shots.
Yeah, these two
Just
shots,
got to get one hit through. That's a hit and a focus. He's got nothing to modify with. There's an evade.
Those are the evades. Tim hasn't had to spend his focus, which is great news.
That's a lot of symbols.
Hit. Right, 3 and a crit.
I don't think he can actually survive
Blank,
it.
blank, evade.
Yep. So what is it?
2 and a crit. Dead.
Oh no.
Goes there.
Last shot.
And Tim just said it. Game's over. They're going to roll more dice,
Come
but
on, A-Wings. Let's see some heroes.
one focus, one hit becomes a hit and a crit. It's a hit and a crit, sorry. And one evade takes the crit.
If it's double.
That's a fuel leak.
Oh.
Wow.
Hungaro's chest just going boom.
The double he loses.
No
Yeah.
shot on my 4. So the only shot I've got is here.
Can you get half points here?
Well, no, he can destroy Obi-Wan. He'd have to do 3 damage. He'd have to do 2 damage on Plo Koon, or destroy Obi-Wan to get points. If he was to kill, if he was to,
got a shot.
Go range 1 and just hope for a goal.
I think
yellow
he's
one's
only
got
got the
range
blue
one.
one left to shoot.
No, I think this is the yellow one. I think he's got 3 hits.
Yeah.
I think he's got a potential half points on the target at range 1 in front of him.
I'm just working it out now. The computer's not updating.
Or the blue one behind him.
He's got it, but it's 75 to 80.
Oh
Wow.
Pretty sure one's that cost less
Wow, that's really disappointing.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a good, actually turned into a really good game.
Yeah. Yeah, but time.
Well,
big hug there.
That's the way my points work out. Bear in mind, I had a mess up with the points at the beginning. They're going to have to be the ones to decide it right now.
And they don't know. I've just
I
seen
don't think they
Hungaro's
know.
face, and he just does not know.
Thank you guys for joining me.
Not at all. I'll see you on Tuesday, Sith Takers.
Cheers, folks.
So, Tally is dead. Dead. Fine. Dead. Tally. I've got you on 80s.
Fine. 6 points. Well, 8. 6 points. Medium. 33. 39.
So, effectively it's 78, and that's 70 for the points of halving, because you round up. So, well, just double check. So, 78. But it rounds up. So, equals, and then divide that by 2. So, yeah, enough. Yeah, he won by 6 everything.
We've got it.
It was a good game. You played for it every single step of the way. And you were winning.
Tim, commiserations.
Cheers, man.
The dreams of a European Championship dashed in that last 2 minutes of the game. In fact, when you watch it back, I actually switched the camera to watch you guys because the dice, it was like kind of more inconsequential of what was happening. Once he took Talisan off the board, there wasn't much you could do to win, because we knew. I mean, I think there's an error in points here because I had difficulty where I put his ship in as Anakin Skywalker and
Okay, that's fine.
they miscalculated everything. But anyway, Well done. You came close, very close, and it was a hard-fought battle. How many other Jedis have you played this weekend?
So I played one other Jedi list and I lost to it as well. It's the Jedi are super frustrating to trying to tie them down,
and especially with ships like A-wings that only throw 2 dice.
Yeah. I mean, it's the A-wings do well with repetition, and so it's getting multiple shots in. But with the Jedi, their ability to dodge arcs, you're just not landing those multiple shots. And certainly with a ship like Rickalea as well, which kind of dictates some of my moves, because I have to go certain speeds sometimes to try and negate his ability. But no, it's super close game, and at the start of the weekend, I would have been happy with 4-2. So I'm happy with 4-2. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to have gone 5-1 and playing for some shiny stuff. I mean, hopefully I'll still place well in the faction and get some stuff for that. And then giving all those prizes away in my World's warm-up
because
fundraiser.
Of course one of the things we should say about Tim is that we mentioned earlier, you've got your Spud Gun Sniper Patreon and stuff like that. You've got your invitation to the world. You put the money down, you're going to go to the World Championships, you're going to live that dream. And you sell off a lot of the prize support you get as a way of kind of funding that dream. Do make sure to keep following on Facebook and make sure you're aware of what's going on. If there's anything that you to follow to find out how things go at the World Championship, right?
Yeah, I mean it's been a really good year. Really loving second edition. Sith Takers are a great team to be part of. Loving the guys. I mean, and also the wider community, like the IQ Games guys I've been hanging around with today. Big shout out to all of them, and the wider community as a whole.
Now, this is the thing, is that for me, I've gotten to a position now where, for me, things are very difficult now, because I came to Stockport and I had a great time with the Sith Takers. You all made me feel at home, and you guys are amazing, right? And then also I've got the situation where I'm having to watch Hungaro play. And Hungaro comes from Spain as well, so there's that, right? But also, specifically, me and Hungaro have a very special connection in the sense that he lives in a region down south in Spain which is close to where my mum lives, and so it's a region where there is an excellent scene down there, but they don't play very often. And he's basically the only guy down there, and so we've got that kind of connection where we talk about what things are like down there. We know the community down there, and we talk about what tournaments are they running and stuff like that, and we share information like that. So like I say, in that kind of game, I was very close to you from the weekend I spent in Stockport, very close to Hungaro for that relationship that we share, and so that was a really tough game to watch for me. I want to watch Hungaro win, I want to watch you win. We had here Tom and Bob commentating, and so they were totally on your side. I was like there going, but Hungaro.
This is it. I think certainly with the Europeans here, there's so many people who are friends with people you only see at big events like this. And so everybody wants to see everybody else do well. But equally they also want to see certain people perhaps do better. I don't know. It's nice.
Yeah, there is obviously that. But like I say, that's the sort of situation I found myself in, is being kind of torn in both directions in that way. But anyway, you're going to World Championships, right? So best of luck with that. Is there anything else between now and then? Is there some sort of hyperspace trial you guys got at Stockport?
No, so we ran ours in the first window, so our hyperspace trial is gone. So I'm running the World's warm-up event on September 7th at Element. But we'll be probably just travelling around playing in other stores' hyperspace trials.
In September.
I need to see what I take to Worlds. I mean, the A-Wings have done me very proud this weekend, but if you can't beat a certain list or really struggle against a certain list, is it going to do well as a tournament list? I don't know.
Is there any hint of the next wave landing before Worlds, or...?
I don't know. To be honest, in the best will of the world, they may plan for it to come out, and then there could be another delay or whatever. So who knows?
Of course.
Until it's physically in your hand, and I think even then, all it takes is one country in the world not to have the wave, and they'll probably say that it's not legal. So we'll have to wait and see.
Like with France,
well, not specifically. It could be
but in the System Open in France, the Wave 4 was not legal because it hadn't arrived in France yet, and so it wasn't really fair. I will move on to something else for a little while. I want to experiment with some other lists, and then perhaps give it a few weeks, and then we can see where the meta's at, and we'll see where releases are at. That sort of discussion you could probably catch on the Sith Takers podcast. Of course, Sith Taker snapshots. Find it on podcast app and iTunes and all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. But, and before I go, I just want to say a big thanks to yourself and all the other streamers. I unfortunately can't watch any of the games, but no doubt I'll be able to watch them back afterwards. So maybe I'll watch this game back. We'll have to see.
You'll find some little some advice from myself about podcast editing, but
it's fine. I mean, it's a big challenge.
It's different to what you think it is. It's not criticising it. It's like giving you another point of view. But anyway, good luck with whatever you're going to do tomorrow. Maybe a hyperspace qualifier.
So for me, because I flew out last night, I got in at midnight this morning.
Oh,
So I literally got like 6-7 hours sleep. Well, that was when the whirlwind of Bob D came back drunk and woke me up in the middle of the night. So because of the bank holiday weekend, I'm flying back on Monday, back and work Tuesday. I might just chill out tomorrow.
I can imagine that.
We'll see. I might have a beer or two tonight, and we'll see how I feel in the morning.
Sounds like a good plan. Yeah.
Equally, I may just try and smash some people up with A-wings again, so we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, cheers, man.
All right, thank you very much. Wow, let's just do all of them. Come on. Right, thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
let me get Hungaro.
Yeah, I'll go.
Well done, Hungaro. Hey. Okay. Enhorabuena, tío.
Gracias.
Te burlé un poco, lo puse al principio del partido, lo puse Cartagena, región de Murcia, Marruecos. Al principio de la partida, me lo cambié después. Vale, va. That was a great game.
Yes.
It was
very hard.
It was very hard for you. You had to do a lot of control.
I'm very.
Yeah. You had to do a lot of time evading,
comienzo.
repositioning. At the beginning, you had very bad luck. Yeah.
And the entry hits.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know the medium platoon. I win inclusive.
Yeah. You like neither of you knew who won the game when I went over there, and you had Luis hanging around. I was like, Luis, step back. He was like trying to double check, and you weren't understanding what he was doing. I was like, just step 1 second. He's just calculating it. Leave him to it. And there you go. So you win by 6 points and make it through to the top cut tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, difficult. It's a win. It's squadra muy more power. It's difficult. And no concentrar.
Say again. What?
No puedo. Te digo en español.
Dime.
No puedo concentrar fuego.
You can't concentrate fire.
Y tengo que moverme mucho y cuesta matarlos.
I have to move a lot, and it takes a lot of effort to kill them.
Cuesta.
Yeah.
Entonces, al final es intentar hacer alguna mitad, rematar a alguien y que no te hagan muchas mitades, como puedo regenerar, pero es que claro, era muy difícil.
I had to get half points, I had to kill someone, I didn't have much opportunity to regenerate, blah blah blah, right? Well done. And count them, 1, 2, 3 members of Team Spain in the top cut tomorrow.
Yes.
Nino and Marcelo Soto and Jose Maria Húngaro. Yeah.
Other players, Spanish.
Other Spanish players made it through.
Morfeo.
Yeah. Juanito won?
Yes.
Morfeo won as well?
Morfeo won in last round Van Langelen.
Oh, today?
Yeah,
wow.
In last round.
Morfeo knocks out Van Langelaan. Oh, he must have been happy about that, huh?
Yeah.
But after Van winning the Spanish System Open, that it's the Spanish player that knocks him out.
Yes.
Well done. Wow, okay. Adhe got knocked out, yeah. Wow, so it's a great representation in the top cut for us anyway.
Yes.
Let's be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Probably when we'll start going live to see that top 64 cut. Yeah, go ahead. And yeah, for now we'll disconnect and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.